When I first started my handmade business, I thought that people would just find me. And so I spent hours and hours creating, taking cute photos, and posting on social media, only to have crickets. And the idea of marketing my pieces felt overwhelming and daunting at first, a little awkward and even cringy. And it wasn't until I found a way to share my pieces that felt aligned with me and natural to me that things really shifted. So in this video, I'm going to share how to market your handmade business online, especially if you're wearing all of the hats like I am, running your business solo and figuring it out as you go along. And so if you're brand new at running your handmade business, or if you're just trying to improve your strategy, this video is for you. So let's start all the way at the very beginning, because if you're anything like I was, the word marketing can seem a bit overwhelming at first. Marketing is not just about selling, it's also about connection. It's about how people discover you, find out more about you, and eventually come to trust you enough to buy from you. It includes everything from your social media posts, website, blogs, email marketing, your product listings, and even how you package up your products. So if you think of your product as the heart of your business, then how you market your products is how you share your heart with the world. So it's not really about being salesy or pushy. It's about sharing your story, showing up, and especially as creatives and as artists, it's about inviting people into your creative world. So here's a big problem that I made when I was first getting started. I tried to market to everyone. I thought that everyone and anyone would love my products. And the problem with this is that when you are trying to connect with everyone, you end up actually connecting with no one. So instead of casting a huge net and trying to be all things to everyone, it's great to get really specific here and figure out who are you trying to connect to? What do they love? And what are their pain points, or what problems do they have? What do they love to do with their free time? And what vibe or aesthetics are they into? Are they boho and artsy? Maybe they're emo and nostalgic. Are they tarot readers? Do they love to go swimming in the ocean? Are they new moms, or are they vintage lovers? You don't have to get it perfect right away from the beginning, but the more of these questions that you can answer, the more that you know who you're actually trying to connect to. And the more that you know who you're connecting to, suddenly you know what to post, what kind of tone to use, what kind of colors to use. And suddenly it's as if you're speaking to a friend, not just simply shouting out into the void. And something you can do to actually pinpoint this down is to create a customer avatar. And this is a really great way to make up a backstory for who your ideal customer is. You can even name them if you want. I know mine was named Indie Ivy for a while, and yes, she wore oversized cardigans and loved houseplants. Here are some different questions that you can ask. How old are they? What kind of lifestyle do they live? What do they love? What's their aesthetic? And what kind of content do they love to scroll through? What are their pain points, and what kind of problems are they looking to try to solve? Maybe your ideal customer is 29, works from home, loves whimsical goth and boho vibes, and wants to fill up her space with lots of fiber art that makes it cozy and feel magical. Well, boom, now you have a perfect avatar for your perfect ideal client that you are trying to speak to through your marketing. And of course, you're not just marketing to this one person only, but this will allow you to have a clear idea of who you're speaking to and have a unified brand voice and aesthetic. All right, now let's talk about social media. Take a deep breath with me. So I know that social media can be a full-time job in and of itself. And then you add on top of that, making products, packing up orders, doing customer service, and then posting content on top of it all. I know it's a lot. But here is the one thing that you really need to know. You do not need to be on every single platform. You don't have to post every single day, and you don't have to dance on TikTok, unless you really want to, I guess. But the one thing that you do need to have is a plan that is aligned to you. Start with just one platform and pick the one that you like to just show up on. If you like flashy visuals, maybe it's Instagram. If you want to show off your snazzy personality, maybe it's TikTok. And if you like storytelling, maybe you like YouTube. Or if you like social media but without the social part, maybe it's Pinterest. And then show up consistently. And this doesn't mean constantly, it just means showing up about 2 to 3 times a week. And you can even schedule your posts in advance. And you can share your behind the scenes, maybe share a little bit of your progress, your finished projects, and share your personality. And I'm going to be sharing a bit more of the pros and cons in a video really soon. So make sure you subscribe and click the bell because you're not going to want to miss that video. Okay, I know that email marketing can feel like something only big businesses do, but trust me on this one, it's a really powerful tool to connect directly with your audience. And this is really important because social media is reliant on algorithms, which are always changing. And one minute the algorithm can work for you, but then another minute it can feel like you're just holding on for dear life. And it can be really difficult to navigate and pivot to what the algorithm might want from you. With social media, you don't own it and the algorithm can change, but with your email list, you do own it and it belongs to you and it's a direct line to your community. And it can be really great to just start this off earlier on in your small business. It's really great to have even 10 real humans that you're connecting with over 10,000 ghost followers that you never hear from again. Well, how do you start an email list? Well, it's great to exchange something of value for their email, and this can be in the form of a digital download, a free coupon code, or a downloadable free guide of some kind. And then it's good to show up consistently, anywhere from once a month to even every other week when you're just getting started. And this is a good way to connect with them, share what you're working on, share your progress, and just think of it as speaking to a friend. All right, now let's talk about branding. And this isn't just your logo or what fonts you use. This is the whole aesthetic and vibe of your business. And this is also what people feel when they think about your business or how they feel when they go to your website. And think of it as your business's personality. Are you more earthy and calming or bold and funky? Maybe you're vintage and romantic or emo and grungy. And this feeling should be consistent throughout everything from the photos that you use, to the captions, to the product names, and even how you style your products. And you don't need to be fancy or perfect with this. You just need to be intentional. You can pick a handful of brand colors that you like and stick with them. You can use the same filters on your photos for your products. You can write captions in your voice and stay consistent with the way that you write them. And it's really good to consider what kind of tone you're wanting to use. Do you want to be funny or inspirational or calming? Or do you want to be more vulnerable? And when people start to recognize your posts before they even see your name, you know that that's great branding at work. And over time, your consistency will build trust and authority with your ideal audience. And I do go into all of these things that I'm mentioning in this video a lot more in the Ultimate Online Art Business Starter Checklist. It's a 70-page workbook that guides you through each step along the way of launching your online art business. And you can check that out in the description box below. I have a 20% off code for you all down there, so you can check that out for a limited time. And I know that online marketing can feel like this huge hill to climb, and so here are a few actionable steps that you can take to just get the ball rolling. First, you can make sure to claim your name, the name of your brand, on all platforms, and you don't need to be actively posting on those platforms to just secure your name so that you have it just in case if you do want to start posting on those platforms. But just make sure to have your name as the handle for all of those platforms. And then in the bio section or the About Me section for each of those different platforms, you also want to have the official website of your shop, or you can also link to a landing page that has multiple links in it, like a link tree, but you want to make sure to have your website in there either way. You also want to make sure to have your official email address somewhere where people can contact you directly. And you want to have a little bit about you, a little bit about your story or what your mission is or what your goal is with your business. And the next thing is you want to make sure that you use your face. And I know that this can be awkward, especially at first. I know for me, I'm more of an introverted person, believe it or not. And so using my face and actually talking to the camera and putting my face on photos for the profile picture was a bit daunting at first. But the more that you do it, the more that you'll get used to it. And the more that you get used to it, the easier it'll be. And so this is a really important part of your story and a part of your journey as an artist. And this is what people will connect to. And so this is a really important step to take. When you really put your face out there, it really builds trust and allows you to truly connect with your audience. And then another thing that you can get started with doing is just sharing your progress. And I know for me, when I first was posting online, I used to get really inside of my own mind, and I used to think that I could only post finished projects. And so I never really got around to posting that often at all. And so this is a really great way to just get out of the habit of doing that and just focus on creating work and share your progress and share behind the scenes, and don't just share finished pieces. Marketing your small business can seem overwhelming at first, but it's really simple. It's all about connection. And the more consistently that you show up, the more that you'll actually be able to build that connection and trust with your audience and with your ideal clients. It's really important to just show up in a way that's authentic to you and to let your personality shine through, because that is what will allow you to really make that connection. And it's also really important to remember that you don't have to be perfect to begin showing up. Actually, not being perfect and being authentic is what people will actually connect to. And through your imperfections, people will be able to relate to you. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that this helps you get started with marketing your online art business. Let me know in the comments below which of these tips was helpful for you. Also, let me know, what is your biggest struggle with marketing your online art business? And also make sure that you subscribe and click the bell. And thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me in the next one.